Now on Nightside, a Spokane Valley family went to Hawaii to celebrate the life of a lost loved one. Instead, they got caught in the crosshairs of a wildfire and a hurricane. Their difficult journey as they try to get back home.
It may be cool and clear tonight, but we are headed up near triple digits next week. I'll let you know what to expect in the first alert forecast.
A nationwide blood shortage causing concern at local hospitals. The impact this shortage has on what doctors call trauma season. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. A woman is in jail tonight accused of starting last week's wildfire near the Finch Arboretum. Good evening. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Police caught the woman on the other side of the state in Tukwila. Detectives say they believe Vicki Smith started 3 fires last Thursday in West Spokane, including the Sunset Fire that forced hundreds of people from their homes. Investigators believe Smith is responsible for a number of written threats on a viaduct downtown, saying, quote, "Burn down Spokane." Smith is charged with 3 counts of first-degree arson and could face additional charges related to the graffiti threats. Smith is currently in the King County Jail.
New on Nightside, Spokane Valley firefighters rushed to the scene of this RV fire that erupted into flames near Sprague and Sullivan around 8 o'clock tonight. Crews knocked down the fire quickly, successfully keeping it from spreading to a nearby field. They are still investigating the cause.
A Spokane Valley family is reunited tonight on the devastated island of Maui.
They are in Hawaii celebrating the life of their aunt. Angie Johnson joined her cousin and uncle at a timeshare in Maui. It was supposed to be a special trip for them to remember a lost loved one. But it all took a turn when Hurricane Dora hit Tuesday and much of the island lost power. Johnson says after the power was out, communication about evacuations, shelter, and where to find power was nearly non-existent.
And as we came around the corner, we started to see the smoke and the flames, and there was soot and ashes on the highway, and then the flames were all over the road.
Well, tonight, Johnson says she found her uncle who was stuck on the other side of the island, and she explained it's been difficult to connect with him because of those cell outages and lack of power to charge phones. Major airlines are helping travelers rebook their trips to Hawaii because of those devastating wildfires in Maui. American, Southwest, United, and Hawaiian Airlines are currently waiving change fees for flights to and from the airport on Maui. The state of Hawaii is discouraging non-essential travel to that airport.
You can expect more than 400 new parking spaces at the airport this fall. Spokane International Airport will soon begin work expanding the Sea Concourse lot, a project that is expected to be completed this November. During construction, parking in this space will be limited. The hot summer weather is far from over.
Yeah, I heard triple digits, and
caught my ear.
Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker's not kidding. She's telling us how to prepare for next week.
Yes, we are going to be talking a lot more about that later in the broadcast. Right now, my message is to enjoy this little bit of pleasant weather that we have left if you're not a fan of the heat. Today's highs were right in the comfort zone, 70s and lower 80s over much of the region, 80 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Actually, our 6th day of below average temperatures. Our average high is 86. We are in the 70s in Colville, Bonners Ferry, St. Mary's, Moscow, and Pullman was 79. Our overnight lows tonight will be dropping into the 40s in many locations. It'll be chilly if you're an early riser heading out in the morning. 54 in Spokane, 56 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Temperatures in the 40s in Deer Park, as well as in Spirit Lake in the morning, 50 in Spangle and 51 in Cheney and 9 Mile. We will warm up into the mid-80s. We'll be back up around average. Cloudless sky, a beautiful day, a little bit of a breeze in the afternoon. We're going to add 15 degrees, possibly a little more to that number in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. A nationwide blood shortage has one local hospital raising the alarm.
They say more blood is needed during the summer. Our Rania Kaur is in studio to explain. New on Nightside.
Nationwide, the chief medical officer for Providence Inland Northwest tells me since the pandemic, less people have been donating blood. A concern when you consider the demand for blood plasma almost doubles this time of year.
Often traumas require some sort of blood resuscitation. So the more blood that we have, the more that we can help people as they come in need.
Summer is the time for trauma season, according to Dr. Dan Getz, the Chief Medical Officer for Providence Inland Northwest.
As we get into the summer season, we were also able to catch up on a lot of elective surgeries that were postponed that sometimes have blood requirements. But summer is trauma season, and that's when we anticipate having higher utilization of blood.
Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center and Children's Hospital sees a 62% increase in major trauma injuries from May through October in comparison from November through April.
And with lower rates of donation and more traumas coming in, it's really important that we have good stock on hand if it's needed.
Their need for blood products, an 84% increase in the summer months. It's why less people donating blood, Dr. Getz says, matters.
But we've been really able to keep up with the need that we have now, but we can't promise that we'll be able to do so moving forward. So that's why we really need people to be active in our community and to donate blood.
If you're able to donate blood at any donation center, Dr. Getz says it'll be used.
So the more we can educate about the need to donate blood, the more we're all going to benefit as a community.
A list of where you can donate can be found on our website at KXLY.com. Erin, Kirsten.
Well, Spokane has had several close calls this fire season, including the Sunset Fire last week in the West Hills.
We're learning tonight that as flames inch towards houses and businesses, some people didn't get evacuation notices. In fact, some people had no idea there was a fire until they saw the fire planes flying overhead. Camille Troxel is one of them. She tells 4 News Now that she was working from home and stepped outside to her patio to work outside. That's when the plane flew overhead and dropped a sea of fire retardant on the flames she didn't even know about. Her friends who texted her saying she was right next to the fire a half hour before the emergency alert system did. Her neighbors, however, had a head start and seemed to have been notified earlier.
When I stepped outside to the parking lot, it appeared as people must have because the parking lot was fairly empty. I had an elderly neighbor downstairs who was standing there waiting for someone to come get her. But they weren't letting anyone through. So how is she supposed to get out? How are those people who aren't tech savvy or relying on tools that cause equity issues? And that's a scary thing when it's moving that fast.
Fortunately, no one was injured in the fire. The Spokane County Emergency Management Team said evacuation notices could be distorted if you have an old phone, but the only way to receive evacuation notices from the county is to register your email or phone number on their website.
Well, time for a quick look at sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. The next steps for Washington State athletics could become more clear by tomorrow. The WSU Board of Regents will have a special meeting because of the Pac-12 shakeup. Now, the next scheduled meeting wasn't supposed to happen until next month, but with Washington, ASU, Utah, Arizona, and Oregon leaving the conference last week, the board is scrambling to find another conference for WSU to play in. Now, last week, presidents and chancellors were told about an Apple streaming deal that was touted as a way to grow revenue, but it wasn't good enough to keep the conference together. Now the Pac-12 will likely dissolve. For WSU, the future of the Apple Cup also hangs in the balance. Questions are growing on whether it will be played regularly in Pullman moving forward. And coming up later in sports, we hear from a former Washington State athletic director who says tough times could be ahead for Cougar athletics. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Sports tourism is a major moneymaker for Spokane.
It's only going to grow with the addition of 2 brand new soccer teams and the completion of the downtown stadium. The Podium brings in a wide range of different sports to the city, and these events are a huge revenue driver for the local economy. Every event generates thousands, even millions of dollars in revenue from tourism spending at local stores, hotels, and restaurants. In its first quarter of the year, the Podium alone has brought in almost $47 million in economic impact.
And to have the Podium in this downtown location within close proximity to all of our restaurants and retail and similar facilities, it's an absolute game changer for the work that we're doing.
The next event at the Podium will be the World Badminton Tournament next month, bringing in athletes and others from over 40 countries here to the Lilac City.
A consumer alert tonight. You may have noticed your grocery bill went up last month if you buy beef. Beef prices went up an average of 2.4%, raising grocery bills. Drought conditions, expensive cattle feed, and tight supply all play a role in this price increase. One bit of good news, Tyson reports prices for pork and chicken went down last quarter.
More Americans are failing to make payments on their credit cards and auto loans. A report from Moody's Investors Service this week shows late payments of at least 30 days are past pre-COVID levels. The numbers are still below the levels of the Great Recession, but they're a sign Americans are struggling to keep up with high prices. Well, Congress is inching closer to releasing information about UFOs that the government has held on to for years. And the Spokane Library is hosting an event for all the Spokane residents who, quote, want to believe.
Plus, Daybreak's drug treatment facility has fully ceased operations. We see the organization that intends to fill its place.
And a look at the new building that WSU medical students will soon be able to use. That's next on Nightside.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ace Hardware.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
You know, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Summer might not be a vacation for families experiencing homelessness, but while Family Promise teaches parents life skills, kids have the chance to explore and have fun.
Without the routine of school, summer is really challenging for homeless children. With the help of Numerica, kids are able to enjoy lots of fun activities.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Family Promise as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Arby's Hush Puppy breaded fish strips and fries. The best combo made in the South since you and all became y'all. Arby's, we have the meat.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Summer's here, y'all. Give your day a little Kelly. I'm so ready. You are so
Watch Kelly weekdays at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Thanks for staying up with us. Congress is inching closer to releasing information about UFOs that the government has held for years, driven in part by the huge interest in last month's UFO hearings. Saturday at the North Spokane Library, Maureen Morgan of the Washington Mutual UFO Network will talk about those hearings and proposed unidentified aerial phenomena disclosure legislation. You can also meet Peter Davenport, the director of the National UFO Reporting Center. It is on Saturday from 1 to 4 at the North Spokane Library. It is free.
Oh, that would be interesting. Good night to be looking up at the skies there. Absolutely crystal clear. 54 degrees for an overnight low. Winds have died down. It is a beautiful night. 85 degrees for a high tomorrow with sunny skies. Very comfortable temperatures. That is going to change in the forecast, perhaps dramatically. Now, here's a look at our overall weather pattern. And right now we have a westerly flow over the region for Friday. That will keep our temperatures right about average, and you may see some winds mixing down in the afternoon. Just a nice breeze. As we get into Saturday, high pressure begins taking over. Now we'll be on the eastern edge of that ridge, so with that northerly flow, we'll see a few more clouds drifting through on Saturday. Nothing coming out of those clouds. Unfortunately, we could really use it, especially because the heat is going to start building on Sunday and then really take over early next week. It looks like we're going to be seeing things peak on Tuesday or Wednesday near the triple digits. Now, our high temperatures tomorrow, much more comfortable. We'll be in the 80s in most locations. No 70s on the map, but we do have a few spots making it into the 90s right around the Spokane area. 84 at Fairchild Air Force Base in Cheney, 83 in Spangle, and 82 in Spirit Lake. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Dry conditions, lots of sunshine. Right now, I still have the temperature on Tuesday and Wednesday in the upper 90s. Now, this would be our warmest weather of the season so far, but there is growing consensus that we may get our first triple-digit day of the summer. We average one a year. I'll go over some fresh odds just since early this evening of hitting that 100-degree mark in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Medical students at Washington State University Spokane campus now have a better place to learn and study.
The upgraded Elson S. Floyd School of Medicine building will allow new programs and put more professionals into the field to address the healthcare worker shortage. The ribbon cutting on the new building took place this afternoon, and WSU leaders call it an investment in the state's future healthcare workforce. The building features upgraded classrooms and flexible learning spaces.
We're students, so we live in small apartments, and it's hard to study at home because you don't have that separation between home and school. So it's really nice to have this new beautiful building to come to and have a space to study.
Before the upgrade, the School of Medicine was split over several buildings on campus. The College of Medicine recently had its third graduating class, and it looks forward to graduating even more in the years to come. Well, the sudden closure of Daybreak Youth Services continues to put stress on parents in the Spokane area who are looking for substance abuse care for their kids right now.
Many parents are scrambling to find alternatives. Local medical organization Native Projects want parents to know about the services it offers. Native Projects lead counselor says more patients are left with anxiety after Daybreak stopped operating.
People don't know what to do, don't know where to go. They're panicking. Well, how's my kid gonna get the care they need?
Counselor Lemery says it's important for patients to continue to receive the care they need. Another treatment center like Healing Lodge in Spokane Valley offers inpatient care right now if you need it. For outpatient care, contact the Native Project.
New on Nightside, Instacart is now accepting food stamps in all 50 states. That means you can now buy groceries online with SNAP benefits. The program includes more than 10,000 stores across the country.
Today, the Salvation Army was busy stuffing backpacks with all the school supplies you can imagine to get ready for the 14th annual Backpacks for Kids event. That's next week. Teresa with the organization says it's going to be a fun event.
It's going to be fun and crazy and very hot and outside. So we'll have the backpacks available. We'll also have a resource fair for various agencies are coming to talk about what they do.
She must have seen Chris's forecast. She knows it's going to be hot. Since 2010, the Salvation Army has distributed 53,000 free backpacks full of school supplies for kids. The event is next Wednesday, August 16th. That's Salvation Army, and that is on Indiana Avenue in Spokane, right off Division.
Halle Berry is sharing her experience with menopause and how she plans to challenge stigmas about how women age. That's next on Nightside.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Global Credit Union got its start right here at Fairchild Air Force Base and now has branches worldwide. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now is joining Global by inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces. Tell them and their families thank you for your service and for protecting our future.
Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
This is your summer to smile, to raise your glass and reconnect, to reel in the fun and serve up great times. To help you get ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic Summer of Smiles event. Right now, new patients without insurance get a free full exam and x-rays. Plus, everyone can get 20% off their treatment plan. But hurry, because while these summer savings won't last, the memories you make together will. Aspen Dental. Book today.
Adventure, culture, and fine wine await you in the Lewis-Clark Valley, less than 2 hours south of Spokane. Tour some of the world's most spectacular wilderness, beauty, and wildlife in Hell's Canyon. Experience the region's rich and diverse culture and history. Savor award-winning Lewis-Clark Valley wines and delicious culinary creations from a variety of local wineries and fine dining establishments. Go to visitlewisclarkvalley.com and plan your destination getaway today.
New Emergency Crystals pop and fizz when you throw them back. And who doesn't love a good throwback? New Emergency Crystals. Throw it back.
Summer storms. Sudden, intense, dangerous. 4 News Now First Alert Weather warns you in advance.
Up to quarter-size hail.
Keeping you informed until the threat is past and your family is safe. On the air, on the app, only on 4 News Now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Adams Tractor.
Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. The black line is our average high, which is 86 now, but is going to be 84 by this time next week. But we're going to be well above average, particularly in that Wednesday to Tuesday time frame. I'm looking at Tuesday right now to be our hottest day. Now, here are some fresh odds of they have changed since our earlier broadcast of hitting 100 degrees or higher. 4% on Monday, but up to 41% on Tuesday, with some models showing us in the 101 degree range. 25% chance on Wednesday, 99 degrees, 100 in some of the models, and an 8% chance on Thursday. We do average one 100-degree day a year. We've hit 97 3 times in July. So far, we've had 19 days of 90 degree or higher. We averaged 21, but we still have a ways to go on that. I think we're going to hit 21 and then some, but we'll see about that 100-degree temperature. Meanwhile, I am obsessed with tonight's pick of the night for a number of reasons. A gorgeous view of out in the central Washington scablands of Dry Falls from Corey Gaylord. And boy, do yourself a favor and just Google Dry Falls, because the history behind this, dating back to our last ice age, is just fascinating. And the more I learn about central Washington and the geography there, the more I love it. So definitely worth your time, and a beautiful view of Dry Falls, and a fun road trip to go check that out. Kirsten?
I love that pick of the night, and a lot of our photographers who send you photos, Chris, know better than ever. Outdoor activities like hiking and camping come with risks, especially when we talk about ticks during the summer. Ticks can carry Lyme disease, so it's important to remember how to stay safe. Lyme disease is an illness spread via infected tick bites, and symptoms include fever, chills, headache, fatigue, muscle aches, and rashes. So when you're done with your outdoor activity, check under your arms, around your ears, inside your belly button, behind the knees, and around hairlines. And if you do spot a tick, remove it immediately with fine-tipped tweezers.
2 mosquito samples have tested positive for the West Nile virus near Moses Lake. The Grant County Health District says no human cases of the virus have been reported there so far this year, though some scientists are worried climate change might make West Nile virus more prevalent. That's because warmer temperatures and more rain make it easier for mosquitoes to reproduce, for the virus to replicate, and for transmitting the disease to humans. West Nile can bring unpleasant symptoms like headaches, joint pains, rashes, vomiting, diarrhea. Most people recover fully with no issues, although about 1 in 150 patients develop brain and nervous system infections, and those can be fatal.
New on Nightside, menopause can be a difficult time of life that comes with certain stigmas. But Halle Berry is getting real about her experience, hoping to help other women do the same. Ariel Reshef reports.
This morning, Oscar-winning actress Halle Berry pushing back forcefully against harmful stigmas associated with menopause.
I am challenging everything I thought I knew about menopause. Like, your life is over. You are disposable. Society no longer has a place for you. You should retire. You should pack it up. I'm challenging all of those stereotypes.
The 56-year-old star telling Women's Health magazine she is solidly in her womanhood, embracing this season of life and encouraging more women to proudly do the same.
I'm my best self now that I reached 56 years old. I have the most to offer.
Berry emphasizing the importance of openly talking about menopause so more women feel comfortable sharing their own experiences, something doctors say is essential to normalizing what can be sensitive changes.
As we start to have these very important conversations, it allows us to demystify it. We're able to communicate about what we're experiencing so women don't feel as alone. When you're having those conversations, you can really start to empower yourself through education.
Berry also urging women to own wherever they are in life.
Take your time and figure yourself out. You don't have to be rushed. You don't have to be forced. It's not a race.
A former Washington State athletic director has a grave warning for the future of college sports. That's coming up next on Nightside.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW.
You're telling her you really like her, but on the backside, you're like, she's being fake. I have to be smart. I have to play a game. I got to manipulate everything.
Honestly, he signed up for the wrong show. He said, I don't believe anything she's saying.
I feel like I was my 100% authentic self to you the whole time. It's too late right now. Like, saying I love you is not going to turn around the situation. You said what you said.
I said I love you prior to that.
No, you did not.
Send them back to school looking and seeing their best. Get premium eyewear and A+ patient care from the experienced team at Shopko Optical. Cross off eye exams on your back-to-school checklist. Schedule their comprehensive exam today.
Get $200 with a new checking account from Horizon Credit Union. We're here to guide you towards your dreams and put some extra cash in your pocket. Sign up in branch or online with the Get 200 promo code today.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
This is the Summer of Me, featuring the summer of bonus episodes of MASH and the summer of all new episodes of Collector's Call.
Watch the Summer of Me over the air on MeTV 4.2.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
I spent 32 years in the Pac-12, and they were good years. And I hope that something can come out of this, but it's looking a little bleak right now.
Well, there is no doubt conference realignment has changed college sports forever. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minizzo. The Pac-12 is in shambles. No one understands that more than former Washington State athletic director Bill Moos. Moos spent more than 30 years in the Pac-12. He was the athletic director at WSU when the Pac-12 passed up the opportunity to add Texas and Oklahoma to the conference. But he also saw the Pac-12's $3 billion television deal in 2011. Now, we sat down with Moos to talk about the collapse of the Pac-12 and how it impacts Washington State.
Some tough decisions have to be made. If Washington State can't find a place to land that can at least get them 3/4 of what they've got now and hopefully more, and it's beginning to look more and more like that may not be a possibility. So it would be a big hit. But I will say this. I feel that Washington State and Oregon State have value.
And you can hear more from Moos during our special report on conference alignment in the state of college sports coming here soon on 4 News Now. And the Seattle Seahawks return to the field tonight for their first preseason game against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the starters don't usually play in preseason. No Kirk Cousins at quarterback for the Vikings. Instead, it's Nick Mullins who finds Nick Muse the Nick-to-Nick connection as Seattle falls behind 10-0 after the touchdown. No Geno Smith at quarterback for the Seahawks in this one, as it is preseason after all. Backup QB Drew Lock gets the start, and Lock dials it up for the former Washington State Cougar Easop Winston Jr. Seahawks cut it to a 3-point game. Third quarter, Seahawks still down by 3. And what a game for rookie wide receiver Jake Bobo. A touchdown in his first NFL game. Seahawks take the lead, and they were pretty much rolling after that. Just look at this next play. Undrafted rookie Holton Ahlers is in at quarterback for the Seahawks. Ahlers throws it behind the receiver Matt Landers, who has to come back for the ball and still takes it all the way to the end zone. Seahawks win 24-13. Drew Lock only had 7 incomplete passes tonight. Seattle's next preseason game is August 19th at home against the Dallas Cowboys. The Gonzaga women's basketball players have their suitcases already packed and passports ready to go. The Bulldogs will be heading to Europe for 2 weeks. The team will play 3 games against international competition in Greece and Croatia. It's the program's first trip to Europe since 2019 when the team visited Spain. Now, it isn't all just about basketball here. The players will have a number of fun sightseeing opportunities along the way. It's a perfect chance for some team bonding before the upcoming season.
I haven't been to Greece or Croatia, so I'm able to check off these new countries. And then for our team, I think it's a good opportunity to be able to be exposed to overseas basketball, but also like immerse ourselves into different cultures.
The play's different and the style's different. I think it's really cool to kind of see those different styles of play and, yeah, be able to defend that and learn from it.
And the Bulldogs leave Sunday and return August 25th. And they also said you could expect a lot of pictures on their Instagram pages. So looking forward to that. That will wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
From the very beginning, we've been taught safety is very important. It's an act of love. When we're on the road, every action we take gets everyone to a safer place. Each of us can make a difference. Slow down. Ride sober. Get endorsed. Get training. Alone we are strong. Together we are stronger. And together we get there.
The new double pepperoni crazy crust pizza is so nice, we pepperonied it twice. With classic and old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses and garlic parm crust you've got to see in slow-mo. Available for $8.99 only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Let's take a look at the weekend forecast. It's almost the weekend, Woo! And it is going to be warm. Few clouds on Saturday, mainly in the morning. 88, 92 Sunday. Enjoy the lake, the river, the pool, and then keep that idea going through next week.
Sounds like a good idea.
I let out the most pathetic woo earlier. I just have to admit to it. I was like, oh.
This bear's going woo. The happy accident turned into a cool dip into a bubble bath. 450-pound black bear named Finn. Looks more like a polar bear right there. That's at the Zoo Knoxville, Tennessee. Jumped into an accidental bubble bath because the zookeepers are cleaning his pond with Dawn dish soap, and then when they filled it back up, the residue created all the bubbles. Instant party.
Nothing like a spa day there.